Filmed live in Canada, it's Jim's Record Party. Hello everyone, welcome to Jim's Record Party. I'm your host, James. You know, I have to admit I'm feeling a little blue today, and we're going to look at some blues albums. And I know I'll feel a whole lot better when we put these on the turntable, give them a spin. Let's start off with Eddy Clearwater, Flim Doozy. What a fun, wonderful blues album this is, ladies and gentlemen, from 1986 on Rooster Blues. You know who's on this album? Mr. Otis Rush. Two lefties. Eddie, a lefty, the chief, Eddy Clearwater. The very tall man, well over 6 feet tall. My pleasure to shake his hand one evening. What a fun album this is. Eddie plays the blues. He plays some soulful blues. He also plays some Chuck Berry influenced blues. Really some rock and roll in the Chuck Berry vein. So nice to hear. Beautiful voice on this gentleman. Beautiful soulful voice. Black Night is Falling. Oh man. Sail the Ship. Beautiful driving mid-tempo blues. And Don't Take My Blues Away From Me, with solos from both Eddie and Otis on all those tunes and some others as well. Beautiful backup band on this album. Very, very sweet. Eddy Clearwater, the chief, Flim Doozy, starting off here on Jim's Record Party. Were you born under a bad sign? Some days I think I was, ladies and gentlemen, and here's one of the kings of the blues, Mr. Albert King, one of the three giants, one of the three of the Trinity of the blues, Mr. Albert King. Of course, Mr. B.B. King and Mr. Freddie King. Could also count Mr. Earl King in that group. Yeah, don't forget Earl King. But here we are, another lefty, Albert King, a big man, a pipe-smoking man, a man who drove his own tour bus. That's right, played all day, drove all night, Albert King. These are tunes, really a compilation, more or less, with the title tune Born Under a Bad Sign, many other of his great classic tunes on this album, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Albert King, Born Under a Bad Sign. Let's look at number 3. You know who it is? Yeah, it's BB. It had to be. It's BB. He's completely well, and that's what I'm going to be after listening to this album. BB King. Yep, this is pretty good. And if you know a certain tune by Mr. B.B. King, The Thrill Is Gone, maybe that's why you've got the blues. Maybe that's why I've got the blues. The Thrill Is Gone. Well, this is the album that it comes from, ladies and gentlemen. B.B. King, Completely Well. This is the original album on Bluesway. Here it is with the tune. Many others, of course. The Thrill Is Gone. Mr. B.B. King. Brings us to our next album. One of the fathers, Robert Nighthawk. Really the pivot point between Charlie Christian and the blues. Robert Nighthawk, electric, single string playing. He was one of the first. Bricks in my pillow, ice water in my baby's veins. Yeah. You ain't heard from your girl in a while? Yeah, I know that feeling. You got the blues. Bricks in my pillow, ice water in my baby's veins. This is on Pearl. It's a division of Delmark. Tunes called from 1951 through 54. Robert, one of the great vocalists, soulful, so beautiful. Also a nasty, nifty little slide player, this man is. Robert Nighthawk. You're not familiar with this man? Maybe that's why you have the blues. Check him out. Robert Nighthawk. Let's feature another classic player of the blues. Magic Sam, one of the best. Easy, baby, I guess. Magic Sam. These are tunes from 1957 through 1966, taken from the Artistic, Crash, and Cobra labels. And you may remember Cobra as being a label that brought us Mr. Otis Rush. Well, they also brought us Magic Sam, a driving, I think his strength is really as a rhythm player, and he builds his leads off of that. Beautiful, beautiful, soulful, bluesy singer, insistent singer, beautiful, beautiful. Magic Sam, check him out. Easy, baby. Next on Jim's Record Party, talk about a classic. Here he is. It's the man himself, Otis Rush. Yeah, he plays left-handed. Right place, the wrong time. Well, this was the right time, and this was the right place for Otis Rush. In 1971, when Mr. Nick Gravenites took the production reins and produced and co-produced this album for Mr. Otis Rush, who was really still an unknown classic father of the blues from the 50s on Cobra. And if all of that sounds familiar, there's a little tune, you might have heard it, not included on this album, but his classic tune, I Can't Quit You Baby, recorded by Led Zeppelin. Yeah, Mr. Otis Rush, he's the author of that tune. I Can't Quit You Baby. Yeah, that's the blues. When you feel that, you feel the blues. Here it is, right place, wrong time. It's on high tone. And Nick Gravenites, and as well, his compatriot from the great blues band put together by Mr. Michael Bloomfield, of course, is Mr. Mark Knaftlin is on this album as well, playing keyboards. Nick himself, of course, a great gravelly voice, powerful singer. Here it's Otis Rush, right place, wrong time. Let's move on to another father of the blues, another pivot point between Charlie Christian. This really is the man between Charlie Christian and everyone else. T-Bone Walker, and also big band jazz and everyone else. It's T-Bone Walker, yeah. T-Bone Walker, T-Bone Jumps Again. Oh yeah, this is a compilation on Charlie from 1980. Tunes from 1942 to 1949. Some jump tunes, some blues tunes. Yeah, he's talking about Bobby Soxers here. He's got the blues on this album, ladies and gentlemen. And here's another classic tune. They call it Stormy Monday. Yeah, they really do. You got the blues and it's Monday. Oh yeah. And here's the man who brought it to us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get a lot of classics today. Albert King, Born Under a Bad Sign. B.B. King, The Thrill Is Gone. Otis Rush, I Can't Quit You Baby. And now Mr. T-Bone Walker. They call it Stormy Monday. Here on Jim's Record Party. Brings us to our final album today. These have been in alphabetical order only, ladies and gentlemen. Alphabetical order brings us to Muddy Waters. And if this seems like a bookend to Mr. Eddy Clearwater, well, yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Eddy took his last name as a variation on Muddy's name, Muddy Waters. Here he is. He's hard again. Oh, yeah, he ain't got the blues. He's hard again, ladies and gentlemen. It's Muddy Waters from 1977. Produced by the albino white blues man from Texas himself, Johnny Winters. Oh, yeah, he plays on this album and he produced it. And Muddy's band, pretty much. Bob Margolin, James Cotton, Pinetop Perkins, among others, are on this album. Jimmy Cotton featured a lot on this album. Johnny Winter produced this album. He plays a hell of it on it. This is Muddy's first album after his break with Chess Records. So it's very interesting in that regard. This is on Blue Sky Records. Very, very good, very clean, wonderful sound. Basically live in the studio. Johnny is there, he's screaming, he's talking, he's playing his ass off, ladies and gentlemen, as is everybody. Muddy Waters, he's hard again. Oh yeah, he got the blues, he's hard again. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us today on Jim's Record Party. It's been my very great pleasure to be your host, James, to bring these albums, to feature these albums, to show these albums today. From Eddy Clearwater to Muddy Waters. We heard some blues. We got the blues. Yeah, we're going to chase those blues away. Join us next week, ladies and gentlemen. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Tell your friends. It's Jim's Record Party. I'm your host, James. Please join us next week on this same channel at this same time, every Friday at 2, for more great records here on Jim's Record Party.